Let's focus. There we go. Welcome back, my dear Vikings. We are about to endeavor into DLC time. I thought it was the last stream, but apparently not. And also, what a booty on this Josh. Always a little bit too thin, though, if you ask me. I'm waiting for a game where the protagonist is a chunky boy.
But he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
True.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain.
Let's hope
Even
it doesn't.
should he fail, what world awaits us? A withered, godless place, where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be. But a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it. It won't be easy. It may take generations. Centuries of suffering. And that is if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
Dude, the cutscenes in Final Fantasy are always so crazy good.
But first, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. You certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
Aww.
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes?
I wonder if
I'm
still
still your
parts
swan
of
shield.
Ultima are in
Like you
Joshua after the last encounter.
And what of my wings?
True, Dion can also fly as Behemoth.
Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is. But their Eikons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
He's gonna prime
Don't have to do this.
without having control of
If
it.
you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
And what have I but regret? My life ended in the Dominion. I fear death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
I'm starting to enjoy Dion more and more. What a cool character.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
Oh, he knows he's not gonna survive it.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back. and has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to, does it, Clive?
True.
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
Oof. I don't know. I don't know. Do you really think, knowing how much Ultima looks down on humanity? Yeah. So, there was that battle in that other realm, and it weakened Ultima in a bit. There was nothing that showed that Joshua released anything of the part of Ultima that is being captive within him. And I'm wondering if that captivity is part of Ultima's plan all along. Reading table. Captain Doris. Sir, I and other Cursebreakers have grown concerned regarding the well-being of Captain. Despite the apparent unrest her recent investigation have visited upon her, Lady Doris refuses all offers of assistance. Not yet. Okay. Until mix 4. Clive, there's but one crystal left needs cracking. And but one who can do it. Well, the crystal is gone already. New life. Gav. While the going was slow and not without the occasional run-in with some straggling orc, I saw Edda back safe to the Shadow Coast. Nice. That's a Preganta lady. Mid was waiting kindly with the Enterprise. On the voyage home, I'd like to think the poor lass opened up a little, telling us about her life and the life she wants for her baby. But I suppose it's up to us now to make certain the little one gets it. Oh, that is so kind. Dragon Lady, 44 months is fantastic. 44 months having a great time with a community I feel at home with. Oh, thanks for so... Oh. Onions? Oh, man. Wow. Just started and Dragon Lady nearly broke me with her kind words. Thank you for 44 months of support. Ooh. The courage to fight. What happened in Eastpool with the Bearers and the Guardians has been a long time coming, and I'm proud that I could finally happen here in Rosaria. The Duchy of Olds may be no more, but Archduke Elvin's dream still burns in the hearts of many. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Man. Sorry, chat. Oh, Dragon Lady Myth just... kicking my emotional legs away. Sad to believe Theo is gone. Oh yeah, Theo died from ether. Every morning I wake, I expect him to be there in the stables, watering the birds, but he isn't. And I shall honor him by death. I shall honor him in death by carrying on what strove for in life. That is what I choose. That is very kind of you. Is he playing Palia? Enjoy, mate. Enjoy. Jill, I have to tell you. My dog is making the weirdest noise in the sleep.
That might not be such a bad idea.
Oh, the thing they did in the morning. Not in the morning, at night.
This is it, Jill.
When they were young.
You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
I did promise we'd watch the moon together.
I'll be waiting.
Aww. See, subtle romantic. Subtle romanticism. Best done in games. No need for those over-exaggerated, smexy, sexy times.
Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything.
Make for Origin. Okay, now all the other quests are opening up. Captain Doris. I'm just gonna quickly accept it. Not sure we're gonna make it.
There's no way of...
Actually, not need to accept the other ones. We're just gonna focus on the DLC and the main story. So let's wrap up here with the
First the skies, then the crystal.
Blackthorn. He got his new resources for some even better materials and better crafting. And I'm curious if we're gonna get some sort of weapon.
And you're
or
sure he
clothes.
wanted me to have it?
I'm sure.
So I'm gonna skip this here. Blacksmith Blues 3. Also gave us a level up. Hey Narias, how you doing? I'm just happy crying a little bit. Ouroboros design draft. Because Dragon Lady just left a very, very kind note. Also, thanks a lot for nearly building one of the shields with your support. Very kind of you.
Trouble with your gear, or the same fortune, do you?
Circle of Heaven +1. Reinforce. Oh, I can reinforce it straight up. I have it there. Okay. I'll also reinforce my defender. Craft. Excalibur. Excalibur is so much weaker though. Yeah. I think the balance between your side questing, the main quest, and how you progress your gear is a little bit broken. You so quickly get a new item, you throw away the item that you've been working on to make it better. So
Yeah,
defender.
that should do you.
I'm missing clutch mine. So let's reinforce this.
You can thank me later.
Let's reinforce this.
Not my best work, but it'll do. Yeah, that should do you. You can thank me later.
So we'll go and see if we can buy some clutch mines from her.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there.
Classic Final Fantasy grinding then. Kind of a little bit poorly done grinding, if you ask me. Don't need 900 and whatnot. Like 90.
You'll not find a better price than that.
Thank you kindly.
So what do I owe the honor? So what'll it be?
So reinforce. Now Mr. Meteorite. 5 meteorite. Okay, let's see if we can buy some meteorite as well.
Clive. Go on then.
Purchase meteorite is sold out. Ah,
Is that all?
okay, we'll not be able to put it a +2 on it, but that's okay. So make for origin. Hey Josh.
Ah, Clive.
Leave.
Of course. Another time.
How do we start a DLCs though? Is it happening now? I am confused.
Where are you?
Well,
You said?
where's who?
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
Oh, it's from the side quest.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
So let's see, we got
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
a few points that we can grab here. What do we get here? Ability points, 1,500. Materials.
Here you are.
No risk, no rewards, orchestra, and amber.
You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Okay, I'm gonna put that new song on.
That'd mean the crystal is massive.
You might want to look it up. The instructions said after you have back to their origin available.
Oh, that blasted book.
So, no risk, no reward. Yeah. Dee, 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 dee. So, let's Google this really quickly. How to start DLC of Final Fantasy 16. Must have the final story mission of the base game. Origin unlocked. And available in the world map. Must have completed Where There Is a Will side quest. You must have also completed the Priceless side quest. Where There Is a Will side quest, okay. Determination, weird science. Is it alphabetical? Oh gods. Didn't saw anywhere is the will side quest, nor did I see a priceless side quest. Right. Playthings. The roots. Okay, we did not do that. On balance. Not bad outdone. An eye for an eye. On an arrow. Blacksmith Blues 4. Tears of Mercy. Phoenix Heal Thyself. Litany of Arrows. Please, sir, can I have some more bowl? Let's see, maybe it's one of the notes that I get. If that's also another thing that we might have to check to even more prerequisites. In a mood and in a search of a lost home. An inconvenient truth. More than words. Oh boy. Which one is the first DLC? Is it Rising Tides? Echoes of the Fallen DLC, I think, is the first one. So, apologies for those watching the VOD later on. Echoes of the Fallen is the first of the two DLCs, which provides players with several hours of additional story content. Okay. So this guide will aim to answer both questions while also providing some additional information. How to start. In order to start Echoes of the Fallen, players will need to speak with Charon and select the Echoes of the Fallen dialogue option. Okay, Charon. Charon is the trader's lady. Hey, turn.
Still alive, are you?
Ask about origin. I have no such thing.
Ta-ra, then.
Thank you, Karen.
You could do
Ba-ba-ba.
this.
Do you have to travel away from here and travel back? To, like, alter the thing? In order to start the Echoes of the Fallen, players need to speak with Charon. Meeting a few requirements. Before being able to start the Echoes of the Fallen, players will first need to progress through the main story until they unlock Origin on the world map and complete Where There's a Will and Priceless side quests. What? Let's go to the lists of quests, right? That's... over there. So that's a weird way for side quests, for DLCs to become available, that you have to do a certain prerequisition of side quests.
Here you go.
On the new management, line in the sand. I do not have it.
Think you can help?
And it's a significant stronger. Okay, that was not really helpful. So, where does a will side quests? Where there is a will side quest. So you're going to back to their origin main quest just before unlocking the final mission. You can start where there's a will side quest. It begins in the hideaway. Duff. There's a mercy. Phoenix heal thyself. An eye for an eye. Not but outdone on balance. Litany of arrows. Make for origin. Do I have to maybe get to origins first? You know what? I'll save just in case we fuck something up. Oh God! Couldn't save. Let's make an extra save. Okay. Map. Let's travel to origin. Let's travel to origin and see from here.
Make sure you do this time. Oh, and while you're at it, Clive, if you see me dad up there, tell him we were right to leave his legacy with you.
Oh.
Tell him he'll be in the front row. There's no way he'd miss this. Well, behave yourself, Mitt.
We'll see.
We're all acting that we are going to die, but then again. Good old Dion.
So, you're in charge now, Gav.
And what does Tyre have to say about that? Come back before she finds out, eh?
Oh.
Thank you, Yote. I'm sorry.
Your Grace, I shall pray for your safe return.
That's kind of you. But you should pray he took his medicine. I didn't spend all night grinding herbs for his lordship to leave them on his nightstand. Again.
You needn't fear, Lady Tyre. And thank you.
See that your brother comes back in one piece. Or, at most, two. Any more and you can heal him yourself.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, there's nothing to say that hasn't already been said. But that's never stopped me before, so just you do what needs doing. And don't worry about us.
We'll do our best, Uncle.
That we will.
If that is all?
Not quite. Jill.
It's time, isn't it?
It is. Take care of him. And you. You take care of her too, boy.
Don't forget, Clive. We all choose our own path. Believe in yours. I do.
I'll be back. I promise. I love you, Jill.
I know. I love you too.
Now, we have a god to kill.
Here they come! Hold on, Joshua! Already am! Going to make us a way in.
Oh, I didn't mute myself. Yeah. Thank you for letting me know. Don't know why this is happening. I think it's a malfunction of the hardware. That it auto-mutes at some point. Or I did accidentally tap it. But...
So, this is Origin.
A far cry from heaven.
Where it all began. Where it all begins. Our arc. Your architect.
This Ultima is such a cool villain.
There you are.
It was here that we slumbered. Here that we waited for centuries, clinging to our decrepit shell, for fear that we might have need of it once again. But you have come at last. And now we shall be truly complete.
Well? There's 3 of us, and 1 of him. Let's make it count.
Whoa.
Dominance. We will show you what it means to suffer.
Okay.
We'll show you!
That's unfair. Getting damage.
You've suffered enough!
0 damage. 40k. Mega Flare! That was a little too none. I think that's to morph all 3 into one entity. Whoa. that is one ass silly Giga Flare. It reminds me of the fight between Son Goku and Frieza. Or even more Broly.
Not this time.
I got you! Move aside, Phoenix! You will answer for what you've done! Ifrit! You cannot control us! Joshua! And you will not claim us!
Okay. Hellfire. Revelation. Mega Flare. Oh, I have to click. We've created the Bermuda Triangle. The Trisaster. Holy shit. Ultima Prime Thwart? No way. It was just like that? Yeah.
And you only surrendered, this unpleasantness could have been avoided.
I mean, what do you thought? You have been created by this entity. I don't think the three of you can so easily end it.
We have you.
Josh, what the frick are you doing?
Deal. Go! Save your brother!
Is Behemoth just sacrificing himself? No chance your Mega Flare can withstand that. Activating the burst.
I ask not for acceptance. Only forgiveness!
This is looking good. What was that? Oh! Oh.
Now, Father, it is done.
I didn't think so. I don't think that is the end of Ultima. Although that arrow was quite dry. Oh.
Clive! Clive! No.
Is still alive? Must be alive. Must be? Not be?
Joshua.
There's like the act can destroy the world. I think so, Dragon Lady.
Did I mention you look terrible?
That makes two of us.
Oh, I'll be alright.
And Dion.
I mean, we don't know if Dion is dead or not. Just fell into a cloud. So maybe?
Take my hand.
I told you, I'll be...
No, it doesn't look good, Josh.
Come on.
Thank you.
Then you will have to liberate that little part of Ultima in his body.
Press on.
To
always
ultimately destroy him. Get it? Ultimate. Onwards we go. It's implied when someone can no longer progress the ability to fly falls from that high, they die.
Sorry about
I mean, it's Final Fantasy. You never know.
Please. He did what he had to do.
And it's time we did the same.
Kind of a shame that the DLCs are locked behind all kinds of unclear side quests.
Should we stop?
Because of the cough. No, I think we're past that, Clive.
I suppose we are.
Final gravity. He grasped like at least 100 feet down in human form. Cold. It would be logical that he died.
So empty. We're close.
Just off screen like most people.
It seems that way. But I don't want to think what could be waiting for us in there.
Then think instead of those waiting for us at home.
Dude, this is like so fire. His activity is disintegrated from the curse. That could also be a thing that he just turns to stone before he clashes down. All the diamonds. This is all Ifrits?
They can't be.
But they are. This is the Nexus. A wellspring of life. Yours and ours. As we watch the world stumbles slowly to its dark end. It was here we pledged a new beginning. And now, with the ether we have harvested, I shall raise my kin from their eternal slumber, that together we may usher in a new age of reason.
So he
This
was sucking
never
out
about creation.
the ether
Only self-preservation.
from the planet.
You condemned an entire world so that you alone might escape death.
Alone. Him. Alone. Clive. I think I understand. He...
I don't understand.
Oh no.
They sacrificed their flesh to become beating hearts of crystal that pumped the land's lifeblood from the depths of the earth unto this very chamber. And thus would they labor still, long after their work was done, had you not set them free.
You meant for us to destroy the mother crystals. It's what you wanted all along.
You have our gratitude, Mythos. In this you have served us well. You have both served us well.
Oh, he played us.
Welcome home, brother.
Joshua?
I thought it was me, but it wasn't my grasp that grew weaker. It was theirs that grew stronger.
Oh, fuck.
Joshua! No!
And now we can become one.
Dude, what a magnificent big brain move.
Clive.
Don't speak. Shh.
The one possessed of the destructive flames of Ifrit and the healing flames of the Phoenix. This, I once believed, would be Ultima's true form. But I was wrong. I see it now. Why you will never become Ultima's vessel.
I don't care. Just hold on.
Listen to me, Clive. You remember the murals? People once knew that Ultima was their god. That he created them. And they worshipped him, prayed to him, looked to him for guidance.
In vain.
In vain. For he did not listen, did not acknowledge our will, and so we strayed from his path to forge one of our own. So absorbed was he in his own desires So driven by his own will alone that he shunned the one thing that could have made him truly powerful. Faith. The same faith people now place in you. Faith that you will fulfill their dream, Sid's dream, of creating a better world for us. Faith that you will follow in Father's footsteps and save those who need saving most. Faith that you will answer Jill's plea to save yourself.
Raz, can you snooze the ads that are about to come? Use all the 3 snoozes.
The difference is, Clive, that you chose to listen, and that is what has steeled our bonds. Bonds that helped you stand firm when Ultima's pull was at its strongest. His power may be absolute, but so is ours. And so will yours be.
Oh, he's giving me his powers?
With my light in your heart, not even a god might stop us.
Joshua! Don't do it, you'll...
Enough, Clive. My body is too far gone. If the wound does not take me, the curse will. Been proud to call you my shield. But now, it is the world that needs you. Thank you, Clive, for being my brother.
Look at me. Look at me, Joshua. Open your eyes! Open your eyes, Damien! Why? Why did you do this? Joshua! Joshua!
And thus does the final piece fall into place.
Holy
the
shit.
Incantation primed, but one task remains. To empty the vessel.
Flashbang? Fuck, Vilgard is a story writing. Dude, the story is so insane. Thank you, Draz, for the snoozing. Okay, we're back in our mind game, like you tried last time.
Still here. With me to the end.
Even now, you would deny the inevitable.
Dude, Ultima is such a badass villain. Holy crap. Oh boy.
As we always have.
Ooh, chat.
And always will.
Let's get ready. The final battle.
On this, my sword, I swear, to shield the Firebird's flame forevermore. Too slow. Nice try.
Let there be light!
Break. You know nothing of magic.
Oh shit. What?
Arise!
Oh,
Nice try. Guess we're all ready.
Damn it. Nice try.
This is the work of my will.
Holy. Mega flare fall.
Countless centuries have I waited for this moment. This moment in which I might revel in my creation, only to find it profaned, and so it must be cleansed. Unexpected. How is it that your will yet endures?
Because it's not so easily broken.
But it can be broken. And I shall see it so. For such is my will.
Try it.
To impulse.
Nice try.
Perhaps this will break you.
There we go. Taunt life. Heaven clouds. Up the sway and mega flare. I said the milliseconds too slow.
Why? What latent force feeds these flames? I sense more here than mere will. Is this Logos? Have you truly become free?
Ah, that smirk.
No, I forbid it. You are not a god. You are but flesh and bone. You are not one of us.
I'm mean, you give us the powers, so you kind of made it, in a way. Holy shit.
I created you, all of you. And what is mine is mine to destroy.
That gives me some Sephiroth vibes.
Once, perhaps. But we are no longer yours. Our flames are our own, and they burn as one!
Ultimate power! Come on, Super Saiyan level 3.
Have you learned nothing? Damned is the slave who would turn the scourge upon his master.
Why do I get big Sephiroth vibes over here? Oh shit. Oh, how? Okay, I have to precision dodge these. Shit.
On your knees.
Oh. No, I wanted to dodge that. What the? There we go, staggered. Now we're on you. Should have done the Spitfire a little bit later when we had the times 1.5. That's okay. It's okay. It's a good damaggio. Good damaggio. There we go.
Bow before me.
The winging and everything gives me big Sephiroth vibes with the 6 wings.
Enough! With fire shall fire be repaid.
Damn it. Damn it. Why is it 40 up there? 40 seconds?
You are nothing.
God damn it. Come on. 30? Or 30%.
Your flames might consume
There we go.
mine.
There we go. Bam! 1.5. Yes. Welcome in, SD. How you doing? How was the stream? Welcome to the grand finale. I could have done Brimstone. What the? Oh. What a laser show. Welcome in, Raiders. How was SD's stream? Whoa. Dodge. Oh, it's coming after me. He splits it. There we go.
How is this possible?
I can't wait to have the after talk with you, chat. For those watching the VOD on YouTube, I'm gonna leave you with us in the after chat.
No. No. No.
Yes.
My will is inviolable. Something is wrong.
You're afraid. You always have been. From the moment the Blight exposed what you were, weak.
I don't think we're gonna do the
To
DLCs.
prove otherwise. But the results shook you to the core. For in us you saw yourself, and realized we had the potential to be more than you could ever be, and so you turned your back on your creation. Your back on the world, like the coward you are.
You think you know me? You know nothing, Logos. Nothing.
Oh, he's now splitting himself. The best story depends on how hard it is to do the prerequisitions we need to do them. If we have to do like bazillion side quests in order to unlock him, I cannot be arsed to do that. What the? Music. Rescue with a shout out for SD.
Bathed in light, I stand above you, my
Ultimalius
rebirth
now.
complete. And you, for your defiance, shall pay the proper price. An eternity of anguish.
Anguish. Pain. Suffering. You have known none of these. But we have. So we know what they grant. They bring us together. And that makes us strong.
Thunder roar!
My will be done.
No, not Giga Flare, I'm on the wrong one. Oops, doopsie. What an arrogant prick he is. I mean, after all, he's what he's seeing. No, 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 no. No. No.
Wind, rise!
Oh, he's using all the...
Bet you're all ready.
Wow. What?
Let the tempest rage.
There we go, he's staggered.
Let darkness fall!
The Vikings, go check out SD if you're into strategy games. This is the place. Garuga? Are we now also using... Gaff? Are we fighting now?
Go on, lad!
Shit! Let's go!
Earth unyielding.
Titan!
Fighting with fire. Fire with fire, so to say. Oh my god!
Get him out, Clive!
Makes me so happy.
You cannot have this power. It is not yours to take.
But it was yours to give. So why are you complaining now?
Darkness brave.
Oh shit. Very good, very good, very good. Very clever, very good that we took the satellite ability. Whoa. Come on. Do it again. Oh boy. There we go, staggered. What the hell? Zanukutsu again? Satellites again? Eikon versus Eikon, that looks so cool. It is.
Light undying!
Muhammad!
Oh, it's Kamehameha versus Kamehameha! Hearing the voices of our friends, I don't know why, but it's on-cutting straight up.
Ice unfeeling!
Shiva!
Oh, wow.
Together!
Get him!
Darkness unending. Odin.
This is so badass. Holy shit.
Onward, my son!
Oh, it's the father's voice. Please tell me that was the finisher move.
No, mine is the altar at which you pray. Mine are the eyes that look down upon you all.
Limit break. Oh.
And yet still you cannot see. You are no better than us. We are one and the same.
We are not the same. No man might stand beside me. Not.
That was a wrong attack, but I'll take it.
Witness my creation.
Meteors.
Fancies!
Woo!
Know my power!
There we go.
When all hope is burned away, naught will remain but ash.
Let's give him some.
I needed that.
And we're out of potions. Uh-oh. Watched it. Can't believe it. Satellite. Oh no.
We are without equal.
Oh my god. There we go, he's staggered. That's our time. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, it's too slow. He can flare his ass. Shit.
Flames unforgiving!
With me, Phoenix. Forevermore.
Forevermore! Get his ass.
So sure of your place atop the world, you refuse to acknowledge those below. You chose to remain alone. And so you shunned the one thing that could have made you stronger.
Faith.
Pushed away the hands that could have raised you higher.
Us humans.
I do not need you, you or anyone.
And that is where we are different. I could not have made it here on my own. I carry with me the hopes and dreams of my brothers, my sisters. And it is they who will give me the strength to end your reign.
Fuck yeah.
I cannot end. I am the end. Enough of this.
Let's get him! He's staggered.
Mortals! The world you seek is but a fantasy!
The only fantasy here is yours. And we shall be its final witness.
Final Fantasy? It's the first time I hear it in a game they called, at least that I was aware of. Did they mention the game's title?
I said, it's over!
$999,000. Oh. If this is fantasy, Ultimate's final. Yeah, Final Fantasy. Match X to Punch God. What a badass ending. Holy crap. I wonder
Tell me, what do you imagine will befall this world now that you have gained your precious freedom?
I honestly don't know. But I doubt it will be pretty. A sorry tale of sin and suffering, hardship and pain.
And it was for this that you fought so fiercely? Why?
It's who we are. We fight. We survive. We endure. We don't need a reason. We are imperfect creatures. When we stumble, we reach for a shoulder to lean on. When we fall, we stand back up.
Peter Panda.
We see the horizon, ever out of reach, and still we march on. Certain the answers lie just beyond it. Because that is our way.
What a great message. What a great message. Exactly, Attila.
My congratulations. Relish this victory, knowing that you have but delayed the inevitable. Your world is already dead. May you enjoy an eternity on its blackened husk.
And one of the mother crystals and whatnot have sucked all the life essence off the planet away. So they're literally living on a dead stone. It was back here where Joshua put all the blood of his own on Clive's body. Onions? Please take them away. Beauty surgeon Ultima's eyes didn't go well. No, it didn't. Aww, little flashbacks. The panda, don't ruin the mood. Revive with love, happy ending. I doubt it. Although Phoenix Feather has been always a theme in Final Fantasy for reviving. Dude, the ending of Josh Mom's is... that was also crazy. Her not believing that she's seeing actual Joshua and thinking that is just a aberration of her mind and ending her life. Oh, is that where it became his shield? Cute little wink. Or it's even earlier, where Josh was still a bubby. You know what the privilege of nobility was in the medieval times? Very often. Is that as a baby, you got to suck on so many titties for mother's milk, because often the mother themselves did not have the time or did not give milk. Poor Joshua. Wait. Did we just heal the wound? I agree, Dragon Lady.
It seems Ultima's power was too great for this vessel all along. But while I have it, perhaps I can use it to set things right. And see Ultima's legacy. Bearers, dominance, crystals, magic, consigned to the flames. Even if it means the end of me. These are our terms.
Oh, the wheel is broken. Finally, the sky's back. Will he, with that, put all the power back into the world? What a beautiful view. And how altruistic of him to more or less sacrifice all the powers that he's gained from all the Eikons, even the power that he sucked upon. Once again, big kudos to Ben Starr and his voice acting on Clive. Fantastic job. Hi, Dean Lunar. Welcome in. Dread Pirate's running on the same computer. Hopefully soon we'll be able to upgrade to a dual stream, dual PC setup. Poor Clive. Gave all the powers back to the people, back to the planet. And with that, I think also ending the Crystal Curse. Can you see Jill, he says. Because he promised to watch the moon with her again. Gav's waiting outside for Edda to bring the baby. Poor boy.
Aren't you the most beautiful thing?
He is, isn't he? What are you gonna call him?
Let me see.
Would you call him Clive?
Oh, read little one. Got a smile for your Uncle Gav.
Not so loud, you burp.
What? I was only...
Shh, you're scaring him.
It's all right.
Oh.
Look at Torgal nose. Looking at the sky. And then the red star goes out. Probably the symbol of Ifrit.
If you need a rest, I can take him.
I'll hold you to that.
The world's yours now. Yours to do with as you please. That's what Sid wanted. That's what they both wanted.
Aw, Torgal. This is the theme of a lot of JRPGs, selfless and self-sacrifice. Harry Lloyd's speaking Ultima. Great job. Great job, buddy. I hope I land a voice acting voice as well. Of course, a cool role in a Final Fantasy in the future. That'd be great. The reason why it's called Final Fantasy was because Saga Kogi's last attempt to leave a mark of the gaming industry in the name of reflecting his feelings. If the game would have failed, he would have quit and gone back to college. No, was it Final Fantasy?
And thus did our journey end.
Oh. Every time.
Will you light it?
Yes, Mother.
I'm curious if it'll light it with actual powers.
Come on. If only I had the flames of an Eikon.
Eikon, have you been reading that silly story again? Magic belongs in fairy tales, and fairy tales don't boil kettles. You see? Well done. Now, be a good lad, and play with your brother until supper.
Come on, hurry! Hurry!
Oh, they have a little puppy! Do you think Rebirth? Of Clive and Josh?
Right, let's play the Saint in the Secretary. No,
I mean, they have the same...
I don't want to be Madhu.
They have the same hair color. Final Fantasy, Joshua Rosfield.
Again? Right. And I get to be Ifrit. Right, I'm the older brother. What's the harm it says so?
But where one journey ends. Wow. Wow. Holy moly. I need some time to recover from this. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break here. And also my wife needs something from me. And we're gonna be back, let's say in 5 minutes. Okay? Grab some drinks. Grab some snacks, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about what I thought of this journey, and have some after talk, and then we'll see what we can do and tackle with the rest of our time. But yeah, Final Fantasy 17, 16, check mark. Sadly, DLCs are a little bit too obnoxious to trigger. And I don't want to go through all kind of weird side quests just to make it happen. But yeah, you haven't been? Yeah, that was. I think that was the where I sobbed. I literally was sobbing. I could not recover. I think I took like a 30 minutes pause after the credit scene before it went into the post credits where you play as. I can't remember the name of the protagonist, and wow, that was very powerful. That was very powerful. So, Final Fantasy 16, the grand finale. We still have the DLC content. We have some time left, and I think we're gonna watch it through VODs. So we're gonna go in and pick a VOD for the 2 DLCs. Sadly, we not played them on our terms, what I would have preferred. But since they're hide behind side quests to do, or some specific side quests that you have to have for prerequisition, I think it's an odd choice in terms of game design. They should make the pathway to their DLC somehow more clear, or force you to do those quests anyway in the main storyline and link it to that, and not to a prerequisition of done side quests, because chances are that you might have missed them, or not done them, or not wanting to do them. It's kind of a interesting choice from a game perspective. But yeah, Clive's story, not an odd choice. We're lazy. Nah, I will not tell that. I will not say that. It was just that I started to dislike the gameplay loop of the game. I love the storyline, but the gameplay loop was starting to put me off, because it was just evolving into a big button smash. And that's not necessarily my type of gaming. That's why I'm kind of like afraid of God of War when we're gonna tackle that, if I will have the same issue with it as well, progressing down the storyline. I had the same issue with Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Inquisition, that I really enjoyed the story and punched through the game for the sake of the story, but I could not be arsed to do extra side stuff because I just was not 100% enjoying the gameplay itself, if that makes sense. Player's home decoration is so good. Oh man. I hope I can see some pictures soon that you can share with us. Okay, so Clive's journey. It's quite an interesting one. And I'm really loving the message, at least that's what I understood from it. Please correct me if I'm wrong, or if you have a different opinion, is that the main issue with the world not working and the world getting that blight of dead ground, plants dying, etc., is because of the overuse of magic. So more or less the overuse of resources for the population for the sake of convenience. So they used power to create water, but they could have tapped into natural water sources because it was easier to just build a well somewhere where they needed it and place a crystal there and just create water out of nothingness. But those acts of magic and those acts of creating things out of nothing came at a cost. So everything they created or everything they cast was drawing the ether or the life essence, if you want to call it like that, of everything living around, not necessarily around it, but they basically bled Mother Nature dry. So that's why the blight came. And there was an issue with Ultima and his first civilization that he created before we came to this continent or planet itself. Because it's not I'm not really getting 100% the message of did he just move continents and is still on the same planet, or did that godlike species that he was or they have been came from a different planet to this planet in order to try it again and see if they can do it better this time. That's what not 100% clear to me. If they just move to different continents and try the same thing again to see if the blight happens again, if the blight comes again, etc. And it also sounded like they created humanity as a source of life essence, so basically like a battery, similar to Matrix, where they just reproduce humans in order to keep up the energy of their Matrix nexus whatsoever. And they came from a different planet? Okay, then that was not 100% clear to me in the dialogue that you have with him when you go into this dark realm with Joshua to get together. As I understand, they thought it was just an overuse of magic, but in the end it was actually Ultima draining the world. So Ultima started to drain the world over there for the sake of repowering himself and make him a new vessel, so to say, to come back to life, because he was more existing in the parallel world than in the physical world. And I think he wanted to use Clive's world and everything to power himself to probably leave the planet to the next one. He made humans to produce a vessel to contain his powers. Okay. The world was already being drained while he slept. I see. Which is why he accelerated his plans as soon as he woke up. Okay. That sounds fantastic. Thanks for elaborating that. Good, my dear Vikings. We saw the grand finale of the game. Now, we're gonna have a look at Sally VOD by Gamers Little Playgrounds channel in 4K about the Echoes of the Fallen DLC. It's kind of like a condensed version. It takes around an hour. We might skip some portions of it. And then also the Rising Tide DLC. So around 2 hours. We're gonna pause here and there, talk about things, or let it run through. And sadly wanted to play this on my own terms, but looks like some of the side quests are hidden behind... some of the DLCs are hidden behind some side quests, prerequisitions that we did not do. So here we are. We're starting with Echoes of the Fallen, and then moving on to the Rising Tides. There's a condensed version, so probably a lot of the fighting scenes are skipped, each of them taking around an hour. So let's start the journey, 2 more hours, and see what the DLC has in store for us. And with today, we've wrapped up Final Fantasy. After that. What a journey. What a journey. Okay. Let's hop on it in. And let's go.
Is something the matter, Karen? You seem perturbed.
Do I know? How clever of you to notice.
This seems
but
like
yes,
PlayStation.
Something's come to my attention, and I'll be damned if I know what to make of it.
Go on.
Was a blast,
It's
Navius.
probably quicker if I just show you. Here.
Some sort of crystal. Though, I don't remember seeing one that colour before.
Aye, well, that makes 2 of us. In all my long years of trading, both over and under the counter, I've never seen anything quite like it. They're calling them dusk crystals, on account of colour.
I see. And they could be used to cast magics.
That's
PlayStation why it doesn't lag.
Just like their brighter, shinier cousins. Difference is, they don't last as long. After a couple of goes lighting your pipe, they crumble away to nothing.
That's so.
That's how I heard about them. From crystal traders moaning that someone's been flooding the market with dodgy goods. And after asking the right people the right questions, and paying the right price, of course, I managed to get my hands on a sample.
It was a ride.
Ad
break coming in up as well.
Hey up. Do you feel that, Clive?
Yes.
Was that why? Imperial fringes.
All right, lads, that'll do for today. I said that'll do for today.
Yes, Chief. Yes, Chief.
Let's get this lot back to town, fill our purses and then our bellies. What did you two do now?
What's going on?
Please tell us you brought another London.
Stay calm, both of you. Who needs a lantern when you've got one of these? All
Wow,
that
just
work
one
for a
use?
single spark. Well, there'll be no more sampling the merchandise today.
That sounded close, Chief. Really close. Really, really close.
Now, lads, what am I always telling you? Good things come to those who run.
Wait for us, Chief!
What an ass. What an ass. What the hell is that? Who's of the Fallen? Gives me some Diablo 4 vibes.
I've never felt a tremor this far inland before.
Me neither. But then, I'd never seen skies like these till a few moons ago, and it's been all change ever since. Come to think of it, the first anyone ever heard of these dust crystals was after you lot came back from the Dominion and brought this bloody weather with you.
Do you think the two things are connected?
Who knows?
After the Dominion
Could just
crash.
be that with Drake's tail gone, the black market was running short of the good stuff.
It's a big spider.
The Dominion's mines
It looks
were
like a
the
big
only
spider.
source of new shards left in Storm after a certain evil outlaw decided to do away with the other mothers. And with the price of decent crystals going through the roof, traders turned to dealing in stuff they'd never have touched before.
The question is, who's selling these crystals and where are they? Wait. This color. They couldn't be from Origin, could they? No, that wouldn't make sense. I saw it form in the sky, and that was long after we returned from the Dominion. But if they didn't come from Origin or any of the other mother crystals, then... does that mean...
That you missed one? Aye. That were my thinking, any road. Another mother crystal we
Another
didn't
mother
know
crystal.
about.
I'll speak with Joshua. If you're right about this, we need to find it.
And quick, I'd say. On account
Final
of
Fantasy
which,
17? No.
I'll take this shard over to Tomes for you. Get him to give it a once-over, case it rings any bells.
Right. Thank you.
And I expect you'll be wanting Jill's help with this too.
Most likely.
Right again.
I didn't know
I
who that
will.
is, Ottila.
Let me go and find Joshua, and we'll meet you in the shelves.
As the last Final Fantasy was Final Fantasy X and X-2, so I'm missing a lot of the
Joshua, we need to
links.
talk. Karen's caught wind of something
Into
that
the
I
Final
don't
Fantasy
think we can
worlds.
afford to ignore.
Aye, that is troubling. Not least because the Undying made no mention of these dusk crystals in any of their recent reports.
So they weren't aware of them either?
Perhaps. Or perhaps they merely deemed them unworthy of my attention. Wrongly, I might add, for I am inclined to share Lady Karen's misgivings.
Then we'd better take her advice and consult Hippocrates forthwith.
To the shelves, then. With our combined insight,
shelves.
I'm sure we'll discern something of use, be it no more than a place to start.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so indeed.
There you are. I've taken the liberty of telling these two everything I told you.
Thank you, Karen.
It's hard to believe such a lusterless shard could conjure much of anything. And you truly think this came from a mother crystal? One we never knew existed?
Every other shard in the Twins did. Why should these dusk
Peter, is he-
crystals be any different? Dim though they may be.
We know they first appeared on the black market shortly after Ultima Car's primogenesis, darkening the skies. So might the two be connected? Could the spell
Probably.
have created a new mother crystal, perhaps? A replacement for the ones we destroyed?
What do you think, Hippocrates?
I think there may well be a connection. Yet, if we are to believe that the original mother crystals were of Ultima's making, does it seem likely that he would have need of anything so palpably inferior? No. I hazard that it was not Ultima who created these crystals, but humanity. More specifically, our fallen forebears, whose wonders litter the land even now. Legend holds that the fallen challenged the gods in order to win their power, and came tantalizingly close to doing so. It seems only reasonable that they should wish to learn the secrets of the crystals which the gods bestowed upon them.
So they could make their own.
Precisely. You may recall that the tale of the sins of Zemeckis begins with the colloquy of the sages, a council wherein humanity sought to uncover the last secrets of the gods before waging their war to learn what little remained. It is perfectly possible that an understanding of how to craft crystals was among their many achievements.
Among their many achievements prior to their fall.
Indeed. The same.
As the movie Final Fantasy Spirits Within
forged great
fits to
and
the Final
terrible
Fantasy
weapons
saga.
called the iconoclasts, from which Eikons derived their name.
I think in short, as goes my theory, is that the whole Final Fantasy worlds is split into so multiple universal shards, where each shard of that whole crystal, let's call it crystal, has their own kind of like multiverse with things going on. And also Ultima and the people alike of Ultima give me a little bit of a sci-fi high-tech culture vibe that people call it magic. Or not being able to explain it, where the power comes from, how it functions. So, in a sense, they have all strings linked to each other, and that's the hardest part to try to make sense of this all. But maybe somebody chat is knowledgeable enough, wink Attila, who can shine some light upon Final Fantasy: The Spirit Within movie and its interconnection to the Final Fantasy world. Could also be that this was just a test project to showcase the potential of computer animated movie and the graphics.
And turned them against each other in the Magitech War. A pointless conflict which served only to make its victors more confident of their right to supplant the gods on high. And when at last they ventured to do so, the resultant imbalance in the ether is said to have been so great that the skies themselves turned black and began to boil. The first recorded arcade sky, I suspect. Which brings us back to the matter at hand. It is my belief that these shards are the product of a long-slumbering Magitech mother crystal, stirred to life by a similar etheric upheaval to the one which accompanied its creator's fall.
See, we're talking about Magitech then. Technology, Magitech. Connections?
There's only one way to know for sure. We track down whoever's selling them and find their source. Karen, where did you buy this one?
Down in Port Isolde when I was scratching around for supplies. Since the Imperials buggered off and took the tariffs with them, you can find all sorts of interesting stuff on the docks. Go and have a chat with the mercenaries guarding the gates. Your uncle's got some good lads there.
Okay.
Know when to keep a watchful eye and when to turn a blind one. Oh, and take the crystal with you. Might be your key to the underworld.
Thank you. I will.
Because the crystals that are...
Shall we then, brother?
I'm
going to
coming
dust
too.
after
If there is another mother
a
crystal
little bit
out
of magic
there and it's
use.
anything like the others, you'll need all the help you can get.
I was hoping you'd say that. One more time then. Together.
Together.
Fariel, slow down!
Is that the chief?
Bloody likely!
Just let them go.
Fuck me. They're fast on their feet.
What's going on here, I wonder?
What indeed? Let's ask.
Who were those men just now?
Bloody troublemakers, that's who. As soon as I asked them to present their packs for inspection, they turned white as a sheet and legged it. I chased them all away from the gates, but they're swift as hares. Still,
I saw it.
At least we kept the bastards out. Don't need their kind stirring up any more strife.
And what manner of strife have they been stirring up, exactly?
Hey? Are you joking? This business with the crystals?
Sorry, we've been away for a while. What's been going on?
All right, I'll humor you. After the paltry rations
There's ether in the sky.
left behind dried up, folks started trading crystals out in the open. We
In
turned a
around
blind
them.
eye at first. Lord Byron's orders. Way he saw it, it weren't right to deny people the one thing they were all clamouring for. Till the dust started turning up, that is. Dusk crystals, they're called. Ill-favoured shards that crack as soon as you look at them. Not that the folk who bought them by the bucket load knew that. And they were baying for blood when they found out. In the end, his lordship had to step in and ban the blasted things. And we've been searching the pack of every trader who's darkened our gates ever since.
I see. And you think the men you were pursuing might have been trading in these dusk crystals?
Why? You in the market for some? Anyway, I wouldn't rule it out. In fact, I put a few gil on it.
We might still be able to catch them.
We might.
If you are
Ambrosia.
heading up that way, you want to keep your sword handy. There's more than dodgy traders plying the roads these days.
Understood. We'll be careful.
Okay. So they're following up the trails of those traders.
Ahead, I'd wait.
Jumping a little bit forward as we're following their path.
Still no sign of those traders, though.
No. I just hope we haven't lost them.
These blimmin' tremors are scaring off all our customers.
The few that weren't scared off by the skies.
Just one inspiration from real-world mythologies, fantasy, and science fiction elements. Final Fantasy games typically blend fantasy and science fiction elements, featuring magical systems, advanced technologies, and futuristic settings. The fusion creates a unique and immersive world. 3D symbolism and allegory, often exploring themes like time, space, and human nature. This depth encourages players to interpret narratives and characters in their own way. Emotional renaissance. The movie explores complex ideas about life, death, and the human spirit, which are common themes in Final Fantasy series. The story delves into the consequence of playing God and the struggle to maintain humanity in the face of catastrophic events. Well,
you mean?
Perhaps one of those merchants has seen something.
There's the link apparently to the Final Fantasy movie.
Forgive me, but did you happen to see 3 men in robes pass this way?
Yeah, I seen them. Poor bastards.
What do you mean?
A gang of nasty-looking brutes was on their trail.
Caught up with them just up the road, screaming at them they were, "Your crystals are your lives," and all that. Only the daft buggers kept their crystals and legged it.
In which direction, out of interest?
Up that way.
What if he's lying? So we're
Find them before their pursuers do.
following them to seeing.
Kids haven't found them either. There's still time.
Nice. So, but the bandits have not caught him up as well. He seems to be still running.
Go on, Dingo. You can go on. Chief,
I wonder who that chief is.
This should be far enough.
Chief? They've found us.
getting so a man can't even catch his fucking breath.
Gentlemen, a word. We understand you've been selling some crystals.
And like I told your thieving mates, you're not fucking getting them. So you could take your massive sword and shove it.
I'm sure I could, but we're not thieves.
Over here. I can smell the one who shat himself.
If you've got a plan, Chief. Tell us you've got a plan.
Of course I've got a bloody plan. Good things and all that.
The movie is a standalone story and fits the overall theme.
Let's
No direct
start
link
again,
though.
shall
Okay.
we? You say you're interested in the
Definitely
crystal
Final Fantasy.
trade?
Yeah.
Not exactly. In actual fact, we were hoping to talk about this.
Is that all? Well, then I know just how to help. If you're after the short shifter, he's over here!
Are you mad?
Slippery little pricks. Clinkers on the ground, quick as you like.
Gentlemen, you've got it all wrong. Do we look like merchants? He's the one you want. Just look at what he's got in his hand.
What? Him?
Wait, I'm not.
Oh boy. That scoundrel.
Do let us know if you need any more help.
What a bastard.
They won't get far, Clive.
What a bastard.
Well, they'll wish they had.
Let's see how this man is fighting.
Like a suckling pig and beat you to your fucking dog.
Kind of you to think of him.
Interesting. They look like merchants. A little bit, I agree. Gotta jump forward here in the fights.
Did you see which way they went?
North. Making for 3 reads at a guess.
3 reads. A little bit forward. There we go. Guess we catched up to them.
What did you find, boy?
Broken crystals on the grounds.
Clive, judging by the state of the ground, a lot more passed this way than our 3 charlatans.
It looks like a wagon.
Another group of bandits.
I doubt they'd leave this crystal behind. Regardless, we're on the right track. Let's pick up the pace.
Okay. They're following them up. There they are, those 3.
Friends, I knew those louts were no match for you.
But of course you did. Because you know what we're capable of, don't you? Now, you deal in crystal. Dusk crystal. And we want to know where you got it. So you're going to tell us.
Let's assume for a moment that we are the merchants you're looking for. Why would we tell you where we procure our stock? What kind of shepherd leads a wolf straight?
Are they getting worse?
Uh-oh.
Clive, the tower.
Well, that's new.
That's impossible.
Yeah, Chief. Do you think someone else got into the tower?
Quiet, you daft sod!
And what would they find there if they did?
I wouldn't know. I've never been there. Echoes, maybe? Or fallen rubbish? I really couldn't say. The entrance is sealed tight. No way in.
And how would you know that if you've never been there?
Oh, you're giving yourself away.
Look! Behind you! An Akashic monster!
If you think I'm going to fall for another one of your cheap tricks...
Clive, trouble.
What? Oh.
And actually a caching monster. It's still funny to me how often they reuse the same monster models, just give them a different skin. And of course they sneak off.
Wait, don't you dare!
I don't think Martha would appreciate that thing on her doorstep.
Probably not. Let them run then. I have an idea where they'll be heading anyway.
Okay, so they're fighting the bull and then moving on to the tower from here.
I don't see anyone.
I've had enough of bandits and beasts, Chief. Can't we just go home?
And let those thieving pricks march in and take what's ours?
What's ours? Oh, no. You don't mean...
The dusk crystals, aye. Halleck, Marnik, we're going back to that tower if it's the last thing we do.
But the lights, Chief. What about the lights?
What about the lights?
First you whine about it being too dark, then you whine about it being too light. Think about how easy it'll be to mine now.
I mean, wasn't there a monster in there in the first place that you ran away from?
And you're sure they're bound for the tower? When they aren't running away from trouble, they're running towards it.
Do you know anything of the place, Joshua?
Alas, not. I have seen it labeled Sage Spire on some maps,
but it's not their direction, we know.
The ruins are no different from any other fallen derelict. Another impenetrable relic of the past.
Not so impenetrable, apparently. Our friends plainly found a way in.
They could be living there, like we do in the Invincible.
Well, the tower is unquestionably large enough to hide 3 merchants. But is it large enough to hide what we seek?
A mother crystal.
Beneath it?
It would go some way to explain why the area was among the first in Rosaria to fall to the Blight.
Then it's settled. We head to Eastpool and make our approach from the dim.
I mean, is it kind of obvious to look around where the Blight started in the region? Isn't it kind of like an indicator that there's a mother crystal sucking on the energy of the world? So, moving a little bit forward.
Are those goblins? What are they doing in the Deadlands?
What the hell are you guys? You're not looking like goblins.
Look what they're carrying. I don't recall ever hearing of goblins using fallen relics as weapons.
Well, they certainly aren't welcoming gifts.
Right. Remember where we are.
No magic. Right.
Okay, so straight up fighting.
They're even uglier up close.
Okay, so it's basically just another fight of button mashing, not having the powers.
Let's hope that was the last of them.
Indeed. I'd almost forgotten what it was like to have to rely on steel alone.
Clive? Joe? You may want to see this.
Oh, I remember we saw that door earlier when we walked through the Deadlands.
What?
Earlier. I think quite at the beginning of the game. Only that the door was closed.
It was open when I found it.
Someone was in a hurry. 3 guesses as to who.
Then this must be their way into the tower.
There's only one way to find out.
Ooh. This looks ominous. Is this inside the tower? The Sage Spire. This is underground? What the hell? This is hidden behind the mountain? How can you miss such a large structure?
It seems somebody's woken this place up. The question is, who?
Well, I can tell you who it wasn't.
Unauthorized biometrics detected.
Someone's here.
Initializing security scan. Safety protocols disengaged.
Again, very futuristic
I don't think
mechanics.
That was someone, Clive. I think it was the tower.
Either way, it doesn't sound like we're welcome. Keep your guard up.
Level 43, kind of like the same level that we've been. Look at all those crystals.
Dusk crystals everywhere.
Well, that's one mystery solved.
But there's no mother crystal.
Yet. We still have plenty of tower to explore. I know that voice. Come on.
Them traitors, they won't listen. Look at that, there's a huge engine going on in the middle of the tower.
Well, look who it is.
What the frick are you?
Warning. Warning. Core defense systems engaged. Initiating sterilization lockdown.
Sterilization lockdown.
What is it talking about, Joshua?
That's so interesting, mixing sci-fi with
Good things, lads. Good things.
It's interesting, this mix of sci-fi with medieval.
Hey! Over here.
Love doing it in your own settings too. Yeah, it brings this
Take your friend and get out of this place. Now.
harsh. Okay, so they're doing the fighting with that Sigma creature. Gonna move forward a little bit. There we go.
Security Sentinel 503 offline.
503?
Initiating emergency core relocation protocol.
If I didn't know better, I'd say that was the heart of a mother crystal.
And it's relocated, aka dragged up top.
I knew that fallen thing was no match for you. Allow me to apologize for earlier. That was, ill-played. all born of a misunderstanding, though. Can we start again?
We don't need your apologies. We need answers. And you're going to give them to us.
I suppose you'll be wanting to know about the tower, then?
Yeah. What's going on?
As you've probably guessed, this isn't the first time we've been here. Fact is, my people have been coming to this place for centuries.
Have they now? To these ruins in particular?
Aye, well, they, talked to us, told us what this lot was all for.
And what is it for?
Well, believe it or not, the Fallen were actually using this place to make their own, mother crystal. Though, despite years of searching, all we ever found was shards.
Then, Harpocrates was right.
Mm-hmm.
It would seem that the Fallen did indeed acquire the god's ability to craft crystals.
I wouldn't go that far. The shards aren't exactly divine. They're not even what you'd call decent. But they're better than nothing, and nothing is what our people had before we found them. So we've been coming here ever since.
But these dusk crystals have only recently appeared on the black market. What made you decide to start selling them?
The skies. Once they went dark, the crystals started growing back, till there were more than you could count. And with the mothers all cracked, anyone with anything that could muster so much as a spark had people queuing up to take their coin.
Yes. At a cost to us all. Quality apart, these crystals are no different from the ones the world has been using since the dawn of time. And it cannot continue.
No, it cannot. While this is clearly none of Ultima's doing, there can be little doubt but that it serves his cause.
Sounds like it.
Then our path is clear. So let's do what must be done.
Wait, you lot aren't thinking what I think you're thinking, are you?
Yep, destroying the crystal.
I think there's a good chance we are.
But, what about the tower's defenses? That thing you just fought, it won't be the last one. And the further you climb, the worse they'll get. How about we head back to Martha's before someone gets hurt, eh?
That is sound advice, which I suggest you take before someone gets hurt.
I think it's not the last what we saw of them.
Fallen built all this. The knowledge they must have needed. Knowledge now lost.
Seems like they've done all of
every
this.
other fallen ruin.
Then there'll be a lift.
There it is.
Onward and upward.
The music again. Oh man. That subtle chorus of monks singing in the background. What?
Any idea what those are?
Chocobo?
To be containers of some sort. Or perhaps
Minotaur?
Cages.
Goblins?
Like some sort of twisted menagerie. But why here?
Guess we're experimenting?
How many of these things are there?
Look at that. Of each species, there's one. It seems.
Determinant detected. Releasing subjects. Alpha to Epsilon.
Okay, so they were trying to gene work. Okay, that could explain why there's so many variants of the same thing. There could be an in-lore reason for their for the sake of wanting to create different creatures, to just make the same creature but make it, you know, instead of blue, green, and call it poisonous dog, and the blue one icy dog. But here's an in-game lore reason why they're altered. That's cool. That's pretty cool, I have to say.
925. Mitogenic reactor trial successful. 23 units of grade 3C crystal produced. Moving forward, all seeds fabricated from inorganic material are to be replaced with lab-grown organic specimens.
Organic specimens. So they were turning living creatures into crystals.
Okay. So they used some sort of biomatter in order to create the crystals. What in the Iron Man is this thing? That looks similar to Odin's powers.
Of course they built more than one.
We're gonna move forward in the fight of the Omicron.
Yes, but of how many?
Well, that depends on how determined they were to conceal their activities.
It seems like it's quite strong. They wish to conceal the activities.
This is all too easy. If the tower is in control, why not simply disable the lift?
What are you suggesting, Joshua?
That it's hurting us.
Could be.
There's an entire fleet.
I wonder if any are still capable of flight.
Spaceships.
Want to see this?
Oh, Mid would probably love to see this. This smells of a boss fight area, no? Again, a lot of specimens. Don't see any humans though.
Sentry prototype AM2 to stasis silo west.
An actual portal. Oh, look at that. It's the flying eyeballs thing, but altered with crystals.
We'll just have to hope those crystals it's sporting are as worthless as the others.
The elegant theme from Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, I thought it had no eye at all. Okay, Angra Mainu. I'm gonna move forward a little bit. Not enough. A little bit more. There we go.
Neural link lost. Re-establishing connection.
Imagine an entire war fought with these things.
The quantity of ether required to animate them all would be unfathomable. No wonder they were trying to manufacture their own crystals.
Okay, makes sense.
Unable to establish connection.
The eye looks way cooler like that, that's true.
Index.
It seems we've made an impression.
Definitely looks like it.
Bridges will open now.
Don't tempt fate, Joshua.
Forgive me, brother. They may not.
Stargates?
Is that living flesh?
Ew.
I'm beginning to think this whole tower is alive.
Did the tower make this as well? Or is it some sort of corruption?
I guess it's some sort of corruption.
But wouldn't you say it looks oddly...
So if they need biomatter in order to make those crystals, wouldn't it make sense to create some sort of cancerous thing that just grows rapidly and crazy so they can just, you know, multiply the manufactorum of the crystals by the biomatter just going and growing like a little, I don't know, freaking cancerous cell outgrowing everything, so they have no problems of a limited biomass to create the crystals. And I guess that get out of hand, and we have this situation here. It's Resident Evil all over again. Either chunky minotaur, nice tattoos. Good, we're gonna skip over him. Asterios. They have some cool names though.
Initializing emergency subroutines. Diverting reactor power.
I think it's getting ready to receive us.
Sounds like it.
Development log entry 750501. Average improvement of crystal resilience 492% when biological core exhibits high ethereal congruity. Specimens with a congruity rating of 7 or below are to be sent to B level for military repurposing.
Oh.
Slow.
If all of this truly was the work of the Fallen,
then they were closer to attaining godhood than we ever imagined.
Ew.
Ultima struck them down.
But this was, from the sound of it, the first civilization that Ultima created, that came with Ultima to this planet.
Secondary and tertiary firewalls breached. Code red. Code red.
The heart must be close.
Code red. It looks like a lot of more biomatter. There we go. Heart is up close.
Unauthorized entry detected. Primary core firewalls activated. Initializing iconoclastic defense system Omega-1.
What the hell is an iconoclastic defense system? I have a feeling we're about to find
Iconoclast, icon.
and that we will not like the answer.
Ew.
Core containment complete. Authorizing environmental sterilization protocol.
Well, at least we know where it is this time.
quite. And if we want it...
If we want it, all we have to do is kill an Eikon.
Safety routines disabled. Weapons armed. Stand clear.
You were not far from the spider. Yeah, Dragon Lady. Pretty clear. Oof. Delta attack. Wow. Nearly no damage there. It's now staggered.
Is it over? Please tell me it's over.
I don't think so. HP was still at 70%.
Data assessment complete. Recalculating threat level. Weapon routines authorized. Rerouting core power to Omega-1.
It's getting reanimated with electricity.
Not yet.
And what makes you say that?
What would be crazy is I think Metal Gear Solid had that with an enemy that was reading your inputs from the controller. And you could beat him either by putting your controller into player 2 or skipping or reloading your save a week after, and that old guy would have died of old age. I think it was the same character because he was really much reading your movements and your inputs on the controllers very strongly. Would have been cool if they would have done such shenanigan in this boss fight after reassessing your movement and whatnot, that it would exactly know what you put into and counter it. So you would have to either trick it by using a second controller or, I don't know, find a different approach or be like super precise in all of your dodges and whatnot to nail it. That would be a cool fight. Is this creature called Omega, Ottila? What do you mean with Omega?
Those new arms, for one.
I just lose new stuff. Holy. And we're just in a completely different dimension now.
I'm convinced.
The sci-fi theme in the background. Maximum overdrive. The crazy drum and bass. Okay, we're skipping a little bit forward. Atomic Race. Wow, what a boss fight. He's down of no healing potions. Nearly dead with his HPs.
Safeguards removed. Commencing dimensional compression.
It's Omega's team. Yeah, I can remember Omega, so doesn't tell me anything, nor his team, but it sounds badass. Extra arms even more like Spider.
Why can't I?
Breathe, because it's constricting all of creation.
Well then, we better kill it quick.
Clive, we're running out of room.
Just keep fighting.
Oh, so you're under time pressure here to kill it before the room concedes. Let's go forward a little bit. Oh boy. Remember the fellow from Final Fantasy XIV? Zoppo, how you doing? Never played 14, so don't know.
Omega Control Unit. Offline. Initiating emergency core extraction.
Where it crushes the dimension it created to contain you in it.
Would you care to do the honors, Clive?
Gladly. For what? I thought I told you to leave this place.
What must you ruin us all? I cannot let you do that. We need these crystals. They're all we have.
And just who is this we?
We are of an ancient tribe, one of the first to lose its lands to the Blight. For countless years, we were forced to roam the Twins. A nation without a mother crystal. A people without a blessing. So we found our own. The dust crystals provide us a means to survive.
Yes, but at what cost?
Yeah, it's wild,
Like all
Ursula.
crystals. These shards channel ether. And where do you think that ether comes from? It's sucked from the land, as a leech sucks blood from a beast.
So basically, you condemned your own land by doing so.
And what? You just expect us to believe that?
No, but that doesn't make what we've told you any less true. If this heart is anything like the others, it will bleed the twins of their life force, till naught remains, naught but death.
The proof is all around. What do you think robbed your people of their home in the first place? We are trying to stop that from happening again. And this is the only way.
Fuck me. You're Sid.
You saw what happened after the Empire lost Drake's head. What do you suppose they will do when they find out, as they surely will, that there is another heart hidden right here under their noses? Your people's need will count for naught.
Throw it away. Don't be greedy. Throw it away.
Damn it. It doesn't look like we have much of a choice.
But you said you didn't believe him, Chief.
I don't. But the man does have a point. There's no keeping this place a secret now. And hanging on to these crystals will only get our people killed. Have it your way then. Just promise me you'll leave my people out of it.
Stand back. It's about to get hot in here.
How you doing, Zoppo, by the way? And it's wild, I completely agree, Ursula. I think that technology the ancient ones had.
System overload.
Doing fantastic, Zoppo. Cried a lot. The ending of this was...
System failure imminent.
You just level 100 in Grim Dawn Hardcore. Is that the grand finale for you? Did you finish that with that game?
I hope we did the right thing.
Been lurking a while. I appreciate it, buddy. Lurkers are the backbone of everything. Also, we are 25 follows away from 6K. That's insane. DLC 1 until DCL 2 to clear. Fingers crossed. You've came a long path, reaching level 100 on the permadeath action RPG. Where one wrong step can end it all. Running is probably the smart thing now, yeah. Oh, it does not collapse. Okay, well then they're kind of safe. Oh, it closes up behind them.
We all saw the crystal's fate, but what of the cages? We barely even explored half of the chambers.
Without the heart to sustain them, I doubt those still slumbering in the tower will stir now, if ever.
I hope you're right. The last thing the world needs is one of those six-legged pests running around wreaking havoc. We have more than enough two-legged pests to deal with as it is. However blameless they may claim to be.
What? Oh, two-legged. Right. Sorry. I was just wondering what I'm going to tell the village elders when we get back. I suppose I'll just beg them for forgiveness, and when that doesn't work, give them the slip and lie low for a year or two.
You're planning to run away? Again?
What? It's got us this far, hasn't it?
Definitely did, Dragon Lady. Definitely did.
We may have had a bit of help, like.
Kind of you to remember. Will you and your people be alright?
Oh, we've made do without before. I reckon we'll survive. And if what you said is true, it's not like the rest of the realm's going to have it much easier. Besides, one man's ordeal is another man's opportunity, as the old saying goes.
I don't recall ever hearing that one, but fine.
Now, if you don't mind, we've got places to be.
We do? I mean, we do.
Thanks for everything.
I said we've got places to be.
That's odd. Why do you follow him so blindly?
Back to the hideaway, then. Karen and Hippocrates will want to hear about this.
I was thinking we might first return to the tower and see if we can...
Back to the hideaway, then.
Back to the hideaway it is.
Back, are ya? So? Did you find out where the dust crystals were coming from, or what?
It's, a long story. And perhaps one better told in the shelves.
Okay, so they're gathering all together. Making catch up.
Bloody hell. Remind me never to go poking round in any fallen ruins.
Not only a mother crystal of human creation, but an icon as well.
Seems like it.
Truly, the study of our fallen forebears is endlessly rewarding. The wonders of which they were capable never ceased to amaze.
They came as something of a surprise to us, too.
You can say that again. We had no idea what we were getting ourselves into when we set foot in that tower.
We only knew the old stories. Of a people so consumed by greed that they sought to overthrow the gods. And I'd hazard the thing we found in that tower was conceived for that very purpose.
Omega. The offspring of the Fallen's boundless knowledge and unchecked ambition. A dangerous combination for all concerned.
And Ultima crushed them. It was he whose secrets the Fallen coveted, let's not forget. He whom they strove to dethrone. Just as we strive to dethrone him now. Without their knowledge. And without their weapons of war.
Clive.
This power I've been given may exceed even theirs, but if I use it, as they did, who's to say things won't end the same way?
Come now, brother.
Good point.
The events of recent days have made it abundantly clear that we are not our ancestors. As well you know.
You're right. They made crystals. We destroy them.
In crafting their artificial art, the Fallen sought to emulate the divine. But that is not the path we have chosen.
No. We don't want to be gods. We just want to be free.
If one does not learn from the mistakes of the past, one is doomed to repeat them.
True.
And so...
That's why history lessons are important.
I mean to write down everything you've told me to the very last detail, that those who come after might learn from our travails, and perhaps, just perhaps, forge a brighter future for our descendants.
The second DLC then.
Leviathan the Lost. But why now?
Right, science music
After all
is
this
their
time.
shit.
Why, what now?
I can wait.
No. I'm not sure you believe me if I told you.
Please do subscribe to this channel.
After all we've been through. I doubt there's anything that could surprise me at this point.
All right then. Rouse Joshua and meet me in the mess. We'll talk there. I see we're all here.
So, what is it this time?
I'm not sure yet. The letter delivered to my chambers omitted a few crucial details.
Do we know its provenance?
That was one of the details it omitted. But whoever the sender was, it seems the Dame held them in high enough regard to point them in our direction.
The Dame? Well, she's not one to waste our time. It must be important.
Important might be an understatement. If the letter is to be believed, Leviathan's dominant is in danger. And someone wants us to save him.
Leviathan?
Leviathan?
So the Warden of Water has finally returned. What has it been? 100 years?
More. The Lost moniker dates back at least that long. Even our venerable lawsman would not have been so much as a glint in his father's eye when last the mighty serpent brought his crushing waves to bear upon the realm.
But why the gap? I know it can be a few years before a new dominant's born. But over a century?
Should the dominant of Water's bloodline have been severed somehow, it could have prevented a new dominant from awakening.
But if one has awakened now, he couldn't have chosen a worse time. Every nation in the realm has lost its dominant. If word gets out that there is still one to be had, they will stop at nothing to claim it for their own.
And the twins will be at war again, just when humanity most needs to come together. Did the letter say anything else?
Only that if I wish to know more, we must meet in person. And that the Veil can arrange a meeting.
If nothing else, you can be certain it ain't a trap.
Famous last words. I'm coming with you.
As am I.
Thank you.
Interesting that Jill and Josh are
Both of you.
accompanying you on the DLCs.
And Otto.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on things here. Didn't fancy coming anyway.
Thank you. I shall leave the Invincible in your capable hands.
What in the world is that sword?
And it's lucky we stayed here.
Holy crap, that's a chunky one.
I'm looking for a Layla.
You found one. So, will your friends be joining in? Or just watching?
We're not here for your services. We simply want to talk.
What you do with your time is up to you. The price is still the same.
We're here about the letter.
Oh. Sorry. I suppose you'll be wanting to know who wrote it then.
Among other things.
Look, I'm just the messenger here. There's only so much I can tell you.
Specifically.
A location. north of town on the shore of Eilefeist Bay. There you'll find a tent and the woman who can answer your questions.
And that's all. Nothing else.
Actually, one thing. There's more than flowers in the meadows these days. So keep that sword of yours to hand.
Does anyone else think it's strange that this woman should prefer to keep to the outskirts of town?
Not if she realizes the value of the information she's party to.
And the danger it puts her in.
I mean, if she is the dominant.
The tent is where Layla said it would be.
Yes, but...
It's empty. Why am I not surprised? A boat. No prizes for guessing who that belongs to. The embers are still warm.
So you're Sid.
Who's she?
I suppose I must be. Which means you have me at a disadvantage.
Apologies. I am Shula.
Shula.
Tributary of Mysidia. Final haven of the Moats of Water.
The Moats of Water.
The very tribe into which it was believed Leviathan's dominant was born. A people notable for their sapphire eyes and ivory hair. Yet that would be impossible, since the tribe famously...
vanished. Was exterminated.
Apparently not. She looks hot.
Despite the best efforts of both church and state, we are still very much alive. Though we've managed to keep that fact hidden from good Krieger's faithful for over a century.
Along with Leviathan's dominant.
That wave out there. What do you know of it?
The surge. Only that it's been there a long time.
Since the fall of Drake's Eye almost a century ago. Some claim the two are connected, but none can speak with any certainty. So in other words, you know nothing. Not that I'll hold it against you. The wave was raised by Leviathan in an act of rage.
Okay.
Moments before the waters were stayed, and the Eikon and its dominant bound within.
And you want us to?
Rescue him. Yes. You see, a little bird told me about a certain outlaw with a singular knack for putting unruly dominants in their place. And ours is about as unruly as they get. For years, we've searched for someone who could hold their own against an Eikon. Someone just like you. So what do you say?
But a fire icon against a water icon?
Will you help us?
Pokemon told me that this is not going to end well.
What did your dominant do to warrant this punishment?
What did he do? He committed the greatest crime one of his kind can. He was born. But he deserves a better fate than the one my people forced upon him. He deserves to be free.
As do we all.
But why do they...
Very well. Far-fetched though your tale may seem, Something tells me you speak in earnest. So we will do what we can for your dominant. But first, you will tell us everything you know about him and the means of his imprisonment.
I wonder if the sword on Clive's
do
back is
better than that.
Excalibur.
I can show you. Care to take a trip across the bay? My people await you there.
Lead the way.
Again, ether is flying around. Again, so what's a dominant in that little puny thing? Very trustworthy.
All right, you might want to hold on to something. We're coming up on the wall, and passing through can take a bit of getting used to.
I don't see any wall.
Of course you don't. That's the point. It's a glamour woven by our ancestors to keep our village hidden from prying eyes.
Oh.
But don't take my word for it. Watch.
Clever way to just hide DLC content in plain sight.
Worse than a slug of Bacchus wine.
Clive, the sky.
It's blue, but how is that possible?
You do know what a glamour is, don't you? Ours just happens to work both ways, and a good thing too. I wouldn't fancy staring at those sickly clouds every day.
Oh, because it just projects. Oh. Nope. I want to do a screenshot.
And that concludes our little voyage. We're here.
Very cozy music.
It's a long slog to the village, and a hard one.
The effort for the DLC went into the music,
hope you're up for a
not the
climb.
game and the story.
Finally.
That's me after a
What?
climb.
You didn't think we'd arrived, did you? The village isn't up here. It's on the other side of the mountain.
Oh, wow.
Of course it is.
Watch yourself, Sid. This path can be treacherous. If not for the sheer drop, then for the beasts who prowl
What is
it.
that sword that he's having?
Thank you
Is
for
that
the warning.
Excalibur?
And please, call me Clive. Sid is an alias.
You will be pleased to learn, Lady Shula, that I have no such aliases.
Is that so, Lord Margrace?
It's all the same to me.
Earlier you mentioned
Jill just
spells,
cock-blocked him.
Yet I see you carry no crystals.
Since when did a bearer ever need crystals?
But then, where is your brand?
Waiting for me in Sunbreck, if I ever get careless.
And it's in for a long wait.
Oh, interesting. The monsters are level 50 here.
Few have ever set eyes on what I'm about to show you. Just so you know.
This is not what I expected.
Welcome, my friends, to Mysidia.
Wow. And that icy wave thing over there.
It's been a long time since I saw the North looking so
alive.
I'm sure you have plenty of questions, but it's been a long journey, and I expect we could all do with a rest. Our humble village is only a short way from here, if you'd care to accompany me. Let's get ourselves in front of a fire, and I'll tell you everything you need to know.
Wow.
It's beautiful, Shula.
And we aim to keep it that way.
Are those stones glowing?
That's one of the cairns which maintain the glamour. Steer well clear.
If the surge was an act of rage,
One wonders what prompted it.
could we not have spared ourselves the mountain crossing by landing further north?
In clear view of the bay.
They give me some Viking vibes.
On evening tides.
Does morning's light return?
Open the gates! The tributary is home!
Wow.
Outsiders? Well, I never.
Them all
Look
grey-haired.
at the size of that dog.
All right now, back to your duties. You'll have to forgive my people their curiosity. We don't get many visitors. Or any, truth be told.
Then we are honored to be the first.
On the live there, it's
This
beautiful.
is
It
quite
is
extraordinary.
quite a view.
Stepping into another world.
So do you believe me now?
You've made it difficult not to, my lady. But how did your people chance to settle here in the north? Unless I am much mistaken, the moats of water long called the coasts of southern Ash their home. Until Drake's Horn fell and the Blight forced them ever inland, where...
We met our doom, along with our dominant. I see you've read the Gregorian Church's account, but perhaps you'd like to hear ours. That building
Wow.
over there is the Witten Hall. It's where my people gather to discuss matters of
Witten
import.
Hall, you shitting me?
We can speak more inside.
Are we having
once
a ting?
the place is ready to receive you. It shouldn't take long, but you're welcome to explore the village while I see to things.
Although a Witten was
Thank you.
more of a
We'll do just that.
Old English thing. There's long holes.
So what do you think of our little haven in the woods? It might not have all the comforts of a southern settlement, but at least it's ours.
And there's a lot to be said for that. It can't have been easy keeping this place a secret.
Not easy, no. We've dedicated our lives to maintaining the glamour that conceals us.
Saxon, that's the one I'm looking for. Thank you.
Us and Walias.
Walias.
This man, Walias, is he Leviathan's dominant?
That's right. Though he's no man, Walias is still a baby.
A baby?
Forgive me, but you said that the Dominant and his Eikon were bound inside the Surge almost a century ago. That would surely make him older still.
It would, if he'd been allowed to age.
Oh.
But the spell robbed the poor bairn of even that.
I'm sorry.
Walius was the son of my great-grandfather. Leviathan awoke within him almost immediately, but instead of allowing the lad to live out his life as a valued member of the community,
the Leviathan take over.
My ancestors sought to put his power to other uses. Sadly for them, the Eikons sensed their treachery and summoned a wave so large it would have swallowed the entire village if my ancestors hadn't stopped him.
Oh, so
it is not the surge that binds the child, but time itself.
Yes.
Forgive me. I'm still not sure I understand.
I'm
So
not
if they free him,
surprised.
the wife will come.
It isn't the easiest thing to
The wave
explain.
will come
Which is why it might be better if I took you to see him.
and destroy them.
Show you exactly what he has to endure.
That is why we came.
Then let us be off.
So much
There's a road that leads north
gathering
from
at
the
the fire.
village. It'll take us right into the surge.
Dude, that sword of his. What the hell?
Are you bound for the wave, tributary?
We are, Delina. Have you spread the word about our guests?
I have. Everyone knows to treat them as family.
Aww.
You shouldn't have any trouble now, but just in case, I would have you accept this symbol.
Let me
of
guess,
our
a
people.
brush. Dude, this game is a seal collector game.
That's very kind. I look forward to meeting the family.
The feeling's mutual.
Should the tributary be indisposed, feel free to ask me any questions you might have regarding the village, and I'll do my best to answer.
Thank you. We will.
Then I bid you good tide.
Our storehouse lies across the bridge. If you're short of supplies, you may find what you need there. Though we will have to ask you for recompense, poor as we are.
Okay.
The quickest route to the surge is due east, past the second galley.
Shula, how did these ships come to be here?
What do you imagine happens when an icon of water gets angry?
Huge wave throws them off.
Might I inquire about
the sea?
Let's keep a little bit forward. But look at that completely frozen.
You said before that the
moment
child
over
is
there.
bound within the surge. But
Frozen
you've
in
yet to tell
time.
us how we're meant to reach him.
Very nice.
I trust we won't have to hold our breath.
No. The surge wraps around the cape without engulfing it. If we continue to its tip, there is a path down to the seabed and the wave's origin.
All right. It won't be the first dominant we've met at the bottom of the ocean.
The encounter with Odin. That was scary. Oh my goodness, that was scary. But the encounter with Odin kind of gave us an insight of how the Pharaoh might have felt in Prince of Egypt animated movie before the waves came down crushing on him and his army. Wow. The Surge. Isn't there a game called The Surge? The Souls-like?
It's not much further now.
The path seems well kept. Do you and the villagers often come this way?
Only me. Once every new moon without fail.
That is right.
It is my duty both as village elder
Excellent
and
game, by the way.
Walius's descendant.
But surely no one blames you for what happened. Why should you bear the responsibility alone?
You misunderstand. I do it because I want to. To show him that he isn't alone, and that there are still some of us who would see an end to his suffering. Suffering you will soon witness with your own eyes.
Wow.
Look at all the droplets of water suspended in midair.
Where they have remained untouched by time for 80 summers.
It's
80 summers he's
not right.
locked up there.
No, it's not.
But this tsunami wave would definitely destroy everything down there.
There. Up ahead.
No tree, no rock, no nothing would be on. Wow. Wow.
Down in the center. Follow me.
He's still primed.
Put it in the suggestions.
I'll never forget my first priming. The fear. And I was old enough to understand what was happening. One can only imagine how this poor child felt.
He is the victim of an unforgivable sin. Committed by people who saw him as nothing but a means to an end. He must be so frightened.
Then I'll ease his burden.
You don't mean?
I'm not going to hurt him.
Yeah, Zoppo, stream submission.
Contrary to the tales, I don't go around killing dominants for no reason. What if I told you there was a way to remove Wallis' icon?
I tell you, you were a madman.
It's hard to believe, I know. But it can be done. Though, it isn't without its risks. Part of the icon remains no matter what.
So, it might still come to violence.
I don't know. It depends on the dominant. I've seen things end well, and I've seen things spiral out of control. But I do know one thing. If we turn our backs on this child, there will be no end to his suffering. And I think that a worse fate than the alternative. Don't you?
Ben, your voice acting. So good.
Very well. Do what you must.
By the way, the voice actor of
And
Clive,
whatever happens,
the voice
I
actor
will
of
own the consequences.
Geralt of Rivia from the Witcher saga, and some others do have their own Dungeons and Dragons series called.
Don't be afraid, little one.
Something about 6.
Let me bear the weight.
I forgot its title right now. Oh, this will not end well.
Hush now. It's going to be all right.
Is it done?
I think so. I can feel the icon inside me. But something's wrong.
What any flippity floppity fishy things is this?
He was angry. All right. Let's see what you've given me.
You see the new ability straight up? Oh wow. Little cannon.
Is everyone all right?
He seems calmer now.
You said Walius was frozen in time. But he knew we were here. How?
I don't know.
Sounds like a coma
He's
patient.
never reacted to anything or anyone.
Who's like still there, hears and feels everything,
Child has
but
been
cannot
bound for nigh on a
use his
century.
body.
If he
not
has been
react
conscious from
physically.
the first, we must remove the seal at once.
It's not that simple. I wish it were, but there's more to this tale. It would be better if I explained back at the village.
I see. Then let's return before it gets dark.
Surge 1 is better than the Surge 2, by the way. I heard that the Surge 2 was not as strong as its first title.
I'm sorry, Walius. I will make this right.
It's the son of her grandfather. Ooh.
So, part of Leviathan is inside you now, is it? Does it hurt?
No. Not anymore, anyway.
Good. Because I still have need of your strength. If you want to know the rest, we should head to the Witten Hall.
Of course.
I guess it's the... Yeah, the tapestry
To
over there.
understand the spell which binds Walius, you must first know who we are, and what drove my forebears to commit such an atrocity. This tapestry is our story, the one that brought us here. After generations of wandering, my people sought refuge in northeastern Storm, some 170 years ago. But in exchange for our safety, the Gregorian Church demanded we renounce our faith and branded us heretics when we could not.
To be exterminated, as a lesson to others.
And so was it chronicled in the imperial histories, for anything less would have made the Church seem weak. Yet a handful survived. The few who did fled north and west, and in doing so discovered two things that would forever shape our fates. The first was an old legend, revealing how to make your very own Mother Crystal.
I've heard that one before.
Yes, yet it gave them new hope, however false. Our ancestors convinced themselves that they could recreate the divine if they could only find a strong enough heart. A living being capable of channeling torrents of ether. And the heavens provided.
A dominant Walius.
They'd stumbled across a nostrum in an ancient ruin, which they believed could provoke a sudden outpouring of a creature's ether. They meant to enrage his Eikon.
Why?
Leviathan would have destroyed everything, had our people not made their second important discovery. A means to stop time itself.
Where did they find that? The Northerners had no such magics, or they would have used them.
When our ancestors first arrived, the land was uninhabited, save for an old witch who lived on the highest peak. Her body had been consumed by the curse, a cruel payment for her long years of service to the Northern Thanes. So desperate were they to prevent the fall of Drake's Eye, they'd forced her to devise a spell to stop time.
But Drake's Eye did fall.
It did. When she finally perfected the necessary magics, it was already too late. As punishment for her failure, the Thanes exiled her to this forsaken place to live out the few days she had left. Knowing her suffering, our ancestors cared for her as best they could, and in return, she gifted them her spell. That even though she should die, her legacy might live on.
Okay.
So armed with both the knowledge of the ancients and the secrets of time, our ancestors settled upon an ambitious plan. They would create a new Mother Crystal and enchant it that it might endure for all eternity. Thus would our people's wandering, our suffering, finally end, and prosperity visit us once more. And all it would require was the sacrifice of a single child. A small price to pay, or so they believed.
Another victim of man's blind reliance on the Mother Crystals. So we know the seal source. How do we break it and restore the flow of time?
Do you recall the dome of light on top of the cliffs to the west?
Yeah.
Inside lie the ruins of an old temple. It was there that the witch built the Ver, a conduit of sorts that channels her remaining ether into the surge. But it's been a long time since anyone set foot in the place. And now there are others who claim it as their own.
Then we shall go prepared for a fight. That said, it may be best if one of us stays behind.
You think the village could be in danger?
We saw the ether flow from Wallius in all directions, but only encountered a single familiar. There will be more. And should even one make its way here, I doubt the walls could hold it back for long.
Then I shall stay. The Phoenix will see your people safe, tributary.
You have my thanks.
Very well. We should depart at once.
Wouldn't it be better if Jill would stay because she has icy powers?
Luxury we can
you could like redirect the water if the wave would came.
The Ver is not easy to find. We must first head north and then west, deeper into the forest. There's a large gate up ahead, and beyond it, a cluster of ancient ruins. The temple, or the Heir of Hours as my people call it, can only be reached by passing through them. The forest is crawling with life, most of it hungry, which is why we make sure this gate stays shut.
And why you carry that impressive-looking axe, I presume?
Noticed her, have you?
Of course, the first thing I saw is the axe.
Are these the ruins?
Yes. As far as we can tell,
Phoenix can
they're
heal,
part of the
but
same complex as
what
the
if they just
temple
get
itself.
died because tsunami hits them?
Think of all the people who must once have lived here.
Don't think you can heal dead bodies.
These remind me of home.
You're from the north, then?
Same Zoppo.
Yes.
And I think back in the days, Final Fantasy games were better. I don't like this action RPG approach.
Do you see that cave up ahead? Whoever lived here carved a flight of stairs into the stone within.
How you doing? Welcome in.
Away to the top.
The Merple, welcome in.
And whatever it is that awaits us there.
Welcome to the last bit of our Final Fantasy saga. We had a wonderful time with Mortras. Can we have a shout out for him? What have you been playing?
There. The temple that time forgot.
Okay. The Heir of Hours.
And the Ver is inside.
Yes. You can see the spell's path from the nave.
Did I have fun with it? Short answer, yes. Long answer...
What is it?
Yes and no.
I don't know. It's probably nothing.
The story is a banger. It's on the level of writing that I would compare to the books of Game of Thrones.
Forgive me, but why build the Ver here?
The spell was
gameplay
originally meant to be cast on Drake's Eye, and this was the
becomes
only
kind of
place
boring
with an
half
unbroken line
through
of
the
sight.
game. Fallout London. Ooh.
The Tonberries like to think these ruins are their own.
They look none too pleased to see us.
I remember those little green things.
While our numbers dwindle, theirs seem only to increase, as if they were feeding off us.
I love the bold sport in Final Fantasy X.
Is that the nave?
Just inside the dome, yes. But it's what's out here that worries me.
It's finally patched, so you can stream it. Oh, I'm so happy for you. I'm curious to hear how your journey will end in Fallout London.
And there I was thinking they'd all migrated south.
The weaker ones
I'm
did.
impressed. A new looking monster.
The weaker ones.
Not a reskin
that's it.
of all the other monsters. With a little Lizardio. Rankmar. I'm gonna go forward a little bit and punch through the fight with this creature. There we go. There's one chunky ass sword, man.
This place. It's frozen. Just like the surge.
Yeah, it seems so. Pigeons. Ah.
Another of my ancestors' sins. Shall we?
Nonetheless, a very cool
Blue Veil shows the
storyline,
extent of the spell's reach.
if you ask me.
I can feel its ether from here.
But it's lacking the depth of RPG elements for me. Like Final Fantasy X, for example, had. With some extra shenanigans like that bull sport that Dragon Lady is calling off.
Shula, wait. Before we cross the threshold, I'd like to know a little more about how these magics work.
Getting Yvette out
I
of some
assume
trouble.
we'll be safe from their influence.
We won't grind to a halt, if that's what you mean. The spell only affects the things that were present at the moment it was cast.
You see?
Jill still feels that there's something off.
But if we can enter, that means other things can as well.
Like the
Gotcha,
ones we
Mortars.
saw
Thank you
on
for the
the way
rate.
here.
Welcome in, readers.
And worse, probably.
We had a wonderful time. If you're into RPGs and strategies, this is your best place.
Is
to be
this
here.
Leviathan's doing?
Well, it certainly wasn't ours.
Vikings, please share
When
some
he
love over
realized
to
my
Mortars.
ancestors were attempting to cast a spell from here, he
Especially
made
want to see another
destroy the
Fallout
temple.
London one,
And almost did by the looks of it.
since we finished ours.
I can only imagine what this place must have been like before the attack.
This would have been a hall of worship. There was something similar in my father's keep. The priests would deliver their sermons from the dais.
Your father?
Interesting. Yeah, the story makes up for everything. Otherwise, I would have abandoned Final Fantasy XVI, I think, 50% into the game.
It's just as I thought.
Jill, does this ether not feel somehow?
Familiar, yes. I sensed it the moment we arrived, though I wasn't sure until now. You can feel it too, can't you, Clive? She's calling us.
You don't mean the witch?
I do. Though she was more than that. Much more. She was a dominant. A dominant who once commanded the Eikon that now resides in both me and Clive.
Shiva.
Of course.
I don't know why I didn't see it. Who else would have the power to freeze time?
None other than Shiva herself. But for her ether to endure after
With
all
the enjoyment
these
of a
years,
starving person. Nice.
it's almost as if...
Uh-oh.
As if she shared it with another, just as Torgal shared in my ice.
A boss fight. That's one nice icy sword.
Shiva's companion. Though something tells me he's not as friendly as us.
If there's a cold lady, 100%.
Our ancestors never warned us about
The
this.
timekeeper. So let's move forward a little bit.
Why won't it yield?
I just drew some horns. It's horny now. Okay, we're gonna skip forward a little bit further. Maybe have some cool attacks. The attacks remind me a little bit of Ultima.
Now let's destroy it and put an end to this.
Wait. The spell must be weakened, not undone.
Isn't that what we came here for?
Did you ever stop to wonder what might happen to the tidal surge if I unraveled the whole spell at once? I didn't think so. This is going to require a bit more finesse.
Lol, easy.
From wind and light, water and earth, let the silent palm of mine ice
There's too much ether.
Here. Let me help. Let us help.
Clive also helping.
Almost.
Did it work?
I think so. The thread connecting this place to the child should be broken. Meaning Walyas should finally be...
Uh-oh.
Free once more. Leviathan, our most profaned fragment. Its divinity
I totally forgot I was Ultima.
defiled by the hand of man. Its spirit shackled by his hubris. Till Mythos came, bringing release. Now, let the sins of man be redeemed. by the hand of the servant of God.
Damn it.
It's happening. Isn't it?
It is.
What is? What's going on?
Precisely what we feared. Leviathan is out of control. Don't despair. This isn't over yet.
Wait, I thought he's like just turning Ifrit and jumping down from here.
You should head back to the village and get everyone to higher ground. As for the rest, Ifrit will handle.
Whoa, that's one huge ass of a water tornado.
After 80 years of imprisonment, I'd be angry too. But I can't let it end like this, Warriors. It's time for you to come home.
Or get killed if not. Holy crap.
I'm not here to hurt you, Warriors! Come on then.
No more hiding.
Will now a big serpent shoot out of there? Also, those watching, sorry, ad break coming in. We're not gonna pause.
Warriors!
Oh my goodness, it's Jormungandr, Chad. Oh no, never mind, it's too short for that.
This isn't what I wanted! I only hope you can forgive me.
Well, I don't know that fire and water will end well. Pokemon is always a bad idea to bring in a lot of fire Pokemon to the water temple. Music, man. You are coming into the water. We're in the eye of the hurricane tornado. Oh wow, he'll come in and out. That's Leviathan fights. Little bit of wildfire. Stop it now. Wait, we're just standing on the water? Or in some sort of other dimension? Okay, we're in some sort of other dimension. Cinematic evasion. The level of the Titan fights, holy moly. Titan fight was insane. Let's go. I'm not gonna skip the fight through, I'm gonna watch it. Nice charge shot.
Leviathan.
Famous last words. Oh, water bubble. We'll be charging something.
Stop this! I'm not here to play!
Tsunami, of course, is an ability called Tsunami. Controlled burn. We'll just vaporize the Mickey grilled fish.
You've had your fun.
There's one Moogle, yeah. He's your quest giver for bounties, where you have to hunt specific creatures.
This time.
Dude, this is the attack from Final Fantasy X. I mean, probably it's the Ifrit attack in every Final Fantasy game. It's coming with a second one. What an overkill. Dude, that baby scream freaked me out. I was literally scared for a moment. There's a baby ghost in my house now screaming around.
Now that was quite a tantrum.
See, that's why you give your kids whatever they want.
Where is he?
As they throw themselves on the ground and start yelling, or in other cases causes tsunamis and start waves. But what about the waves back in the rounds?
He's adorable.
Just to make him angry. Otherwise, next tsunami happening.
He is now. But did you see him a few moments ago?
Clive, I don't know how to thank you.
It's all right. We should find him a dry blanket now. Wouldn't want the little monster catching a cold.
All the music. When screenings does something good, is their music and the composition of it. So well done. Always hits the tune and the mood, and it's just perfect. The baby reminds me a little bit of E.T. I don't know why.
There. He's finally asleep.
The poor thing had a long day.
Bad Izzy.
That makes two of us. So, what happens now?
Now? Now, we make things right.
Yeah, there's an 80-year-old baby.
How? By providing Walyas what he was denied. A place to learn and grow. A family to love and protect him. So that one day, when the wounds in his heart and mind have finally healed, he might decide for himself how he'd like to live the rest of his life. But until then, I'll stay by his side, come what may.
Then he's a lucky boy. And not only because he'll have the best warrior this side of the belt to teach him the battle axe.
She'll do her best.
Shula.
We all look like freaking Gollum when we're babies.
The beast that threatened your home is tamed. The empire that threatened your people toppled. Might it not be time to cast off your ancestors' glamour and retake your place in the Twins?
Perhaps. It's not as if we have the crystals to maintain the wall much longer. But are we truly safe? Is the world truly ready to accept us for who we are and what we believe? If I remember rightly,
Sandy,
you and yours still
NH.
choose to remain hidden, do you not?
Welcome in. Jeremy
We do.
Well, your people will always be welcome in Haven, regardless.
As will yours in the hideaway. We're allies now. If there's anything you need from us, supplies, food, equipment, do not hesitate to ask.
I do,
It's kind of you to offer.
I was getting your
But
side.
we'll manage, just as we always have. Besides, I suspect you'll be needing everything at your disposal if you're going to save the world.
True.
I fear much of it is past saving. The best we can do is strive to turn what's left into a world where we can all live as equals.
A noble endeavor. And there'll be a place in this world for us, will there? For Walyas.
Of course.
For everyone. I swear it.
Then we shall be waiting. Until the tides bear you back to shore.
And such concludes Final Fantasy XVI and its last DLC with us. What a journey.
Do you think he'll be all right?
I totally agree, Benda. What an ugly baby.
Well, yes. Only time will tell.
I'll be with you,
But
Chad.
I can certainly
in
think
one
of worse
hot
places
minutes.
to spend one's childhood.
We're nearly done here.
The Moats of Water are a fine people, and they will take good care of him.
Up by the Vare, Ultima spoke to me. He called Leviathan
his most profaned fragment, and told me to redeem the sins that had laid him low.
Is that so? The sins of Wallius's ancestors were grave indeed. To force him to prime at so tender an age.
And to freeze him in time, that he might never know what it was to live.
Yet I doubt
Crazy.
either of those crimes was the source of Ultima's displeasure. It was that the Eikon's power had been put to another purpose than the one he intended.
Makes sense.
To him, Leviathan must have seemed an aberration.
Could that be why Ultima made no attempt to lead me to him? The fear that this profaned fragment might corrupt his vessel somehow.
Perhaps. Or perhaps he simply deemed Leviathan surplus to requirements. Having concluded that his vessel might be made to serve his purposes without the full sum of his power.
His purposes. There's no escaping them. Even here. Hidden away in Mysidia, the blessing of the crystals proved nothing but a prison.
Yeah.
A prison into which Wallius was born, and from which freedom is hard won. If the world doesn't change, if we don't change it, he'll end up suffering the same fate as every dominant who came before him.
Then we must change it.
That we must.
And we shall.